Namaste. Tatpranamami tatpratakala pranamochate. My early morning pranams to all of you. And this is Mrityunjaya mantra, that conquering mantra given by the famous gurus. Morning when we chant, always in praise of the Guru. And these are the lineage of the gurus. And these are the gurus of Sri Rama. And these are the gurus contemporary to many great saints. The period of Treta Yuga and just after the Krita Yuga. And Vasishtha is the son of Maitreyi and Varuna. And a great couple again, fully enlightened person, Vasishtha, father and the mother. When we say a great couple, great parents means 7 generations down the line, that represents the legacy, that represents lineage, that represents the tradition of the Chanda. Chanda, when Vasishtha is giving a Chanda, he is referring to 7 generations, the style of the listening or the chant, which is the most authentic. It means he has not added anything. He is authentic about the chant, that which is coming from generations. A guru means, what do you mean by guru? People say the one who takes from darkness to the light. Is it true? Guru means, it is not Ga plus Uru Guru. Guru means Guri, the one who takes you to the target, who hits the target, one who helps you, the one who coaches you to hit a bull's eye, called Guri. Guri means bull's eye, a target. The one who already hit, the one who never fails to hit at bull's eye, is called a guru. Means Nirodha Samapatti, the one who always plugs in and the one who always can come out. Well, every day he plugs into the Guri or the bull's eye is singularity, purity, absolute purity. There is nothing beyond this. From this singularity only born infinite universes and the world systems of hierarchy. All the universes are called on same timeline. That's why they are called parallel universes. They are called parallel universes mean they are like this. So these are called parallel universes. In quantum physics you say parallel universes, layered universes. So the layered universes, which is forming one after the other, which formed first and which formed second, which formed third, fourth, fifth, like this. All these exist on a single line is called a singularity. This world is called singularity. This world called entropy. Of course, it's like a sea water marching. Yesterday I was sending, so the Hudson Bay, Alaska, is very famous because Atlantic and Pacific waters, and where they merge, Pacific waters are very pure. The fresh water, huge water rivers flow in, and the water coming from and glaciers, Antarctic glaciers melt. So they are very pure. they are very transparent. And the water is coming from, and the other region, Atlantic waters, are turbid waters and more dissolved solids that contains. Understand? And one can clearly see as if it looks, this is separate, this is separate. You can see the boundary line. The boundary line is the difference of the height, the difference of the color. And because of the difference of the density, and so the turbid water will be down, 40 centimeters down, and the clear water 40 centimeters up. So the boundary layer that forms is something like this, and this is a line. So when you are going in a ship, you will see a line clearly drawn. Close. The difference is because of the total dissolved solids called salinity. It doesn't mean, so water, this low density water, to mix with the high density water, it is difficult. For a guru is a low density, a student is a high density. So there is always a repulsion, very difficult. A low density, when you want to meet in the high density, very difficult. Very easy, high density can mix in the low density. But a low density mixing in the high density is very difficult. And suppose you fill any high density water or a juice in a glass, then you put light density water, say thick orange pulp juice you fill in a cup, and then you put just ordinary water on the top. Ordinary water won't sink at all. It won't go down. It will be forming a layer on the top. Why? Water doesn't dissolve in the orange juice, it will dissolve. But orange juice, real orange juice with the thickened pulp, and its density is high, total dissolved solids are high. So when you put the water, water doesn't even mix. Water is only floating on the top. And tuning in, it takes time for the water to sink in, and this high density water to absorb, for student to absorb the teachings of the guru, to absorb, it takes time. So where the difference is less means a pure student is there, a guru is also is somewhat pure, so mixing is easy, he can easily tune in. The one who cannot tune in, it means he has so much of dense, his intellect is so high, his mind is already full. That's why, as I told you, it is like a thick orange juice and on the top, guru is on the top, a thin water, there is nothing. Transparent, this is turbid water, and this is a completely clean water. A guru is a clean water, and a student is a turbid water. And this line drawn between a turbid water and a clean water, the huge level difference between a guru and a student. Huge level difference. And this line is the same line. The line of singularity to the duality is called parallel universes. Local advanced civilizations means which are in our universe, beyond our universe. In Gayatri Mantra we said, like Maharloka, general first Samadhi, second Samadhi, third Samadhi, fourth Samadhi, those planes of consciousness, they are not in our universe. They are on the same axis. So this rules over this rules over this rules over this. And next three universes are grouped together. Maharloka. Again 3 universes in this. This is called classified as a Maharloka. And again next 3 universes. Second Samadhi. Next 3 universes. Third Samadhi. Next 3 universes. Fourth Samadhi. One. So which is generated first? Their technologies are far, far, far. And in light years, the first one which is created means, so in light years you can measure. And in light years it is so distant. So distant. In light years, it means for that light to arrive on this planet, it will take millions of years, means that distant that existence is. So here the distance is measured by called aeon, time. The distance is measured by a aeon, a great aeon. A great aeon means 4 aeons. And the great aeon, the highest 31st level, which is the highest level of consciousness that controls everything. All these, like this 31 planes. And again, another line, like this. So when Buddha got enlightened, our mind, a human mind is so powerful, brain is so powerful. Like this 10,000 world systems. So 10,000 world systems, a Buddha's mind. So which includes local group civilization, same structure and similar structure. When Buddha gave one discourse, all this, from 10,000 world systems, people arrived on the sand grain. Our planet is sand, less than a sand grain. And the universe is all those very important people, VVIPs. And they all arrived. There is no place. The Jambudvipa, India is full. There is no place to step any angels. It is occupied by the very hierarchy gods. And for these people to stay, there is no place. They don't think these are not powerful. They are much more powerful than any powerful person on this planet, other than a yogi, other than tantric. So they have to stay somewhere, they have to occupy entire planet. So they formed Devi islands, Deva angels. Devi, these are lower angels. They are not Brahmas. Brahmas occupied entire India. And so they created their own islands. The small cadre, all these angels created their own islands. That's why in Sanskrit they are called Devi. Devi means Deva, angels, female angels, male angels they created. Maldives, when you say Maldives, means it is a garland of angels, cluster of angels dwelling places. Lakkadivs in India, you see Lakkadivs, 1 lakh, 100,000, 100,000 islands in the ocean at low depth. Because these angels, they are the dwelling places. Each island is for one angel. And she is in awe. These are angels, group leaders. And they were listening to the Buddha in apt attention with the full rapture. They said, as a Buddha is speaking to me, each one of them. So 10,000 words, I am just explaining what is this boundary layer. Actually a boundary layer doesn't exist. It doesn't mean Pacific waters, Atlantic waters, they don't mix. They are not separate seas because you see a boundary. It doesn't mean there is no mixing. Boundaries only tells a certain level of difference, that's all. In the world also boundaries should exist only to indicate a certain level of difference. But it doesn't mean we should not mix, we should not unite. The very purpose of boundary existence is to unite. So, do you think singularity, duality is there everywhere? But what is keeping this dual world is singularity. So why that line is formed? If the Only Pacific is there, that line won't form. Only Atlantic is there, that line won't form. Both have to exist. Then only you can see the line. So the line of singularity versus the line of entropy is something like that. It is the lightest and is the heaviest. So it always lows at low level. To reach this level, you have to dissolve all these high dense. Dark energy also high density material. High density energy, high density consciousness or whatever you call, compared to singularity. And if you consider Higgs boson itself, oh my God, its mass is too low, Its lifespan is too low, half-life is too low. If that is only the reality of a dark matter, then what can be the mass of? Where does mass exist in dark energy? If it exists, what can be its mass like? If that is true, what can be the mass of the singularities like? It is a massless. There is no mass, isn't it? So just trying to give you the clarity of Guri. Guri means a singularity. What is singularity? Advaita. The one who experienced the removed the duality, the one who has gone, that all that controls this. So field of entropy, Advaita, singularity, is a Guri, bull's eye. And the one who can always enter, the one who always can come out. So the one who won an Olympic medal several times, one day he will become a coach. So he is a pole vaulter in Olympic Vienna 7 times consecutively. He is a gymnast, from Poland. She is a gymnast from Poland, 7 times consecutively she won. Roger Federer consecutively 7, 10, 17 Wimbledon. Mr. Nadal, so many, so not just Wimbledon, so many. Continuous champion, US Open, French Open, like this. How many? So many numbers. I have not referred how many numbers, that's why I am not saying. But everyone knows in the world about Roger Federer and Nadal, and when they play. And when they retire, what they will do? Coach. Why they coach? Why you want to go to them? Do you think they are cheap? No, Dr. Kumar. They are, 37, 25, 30, so world number 1 tennis players continuously winning champions means, so what do you call that? The champions means, how come, Dr. Kumar? They are very expensive. To get coached is very expensive. Why you want to go to Roger Federer? Then there are successful people. They consecutively repeated the success. Who else can know? He experienced the success all the time. If I go to him, if I get coached by him, I can think, I can develop that skill. If I go to the skilled person, it's all about his skill. So one wants to be coached under a gymnast who won 7 Olympic gymnasts, consecutive years she won means, so naturally, definitely she must be running a big, so a gymnastic training, and that gymnastic training all rich and famous will join in that, no doubt, because it's very expensive. Means a guru who attained, who hit the bullseye again and again, he can enter, come out. A guru means every day he enters, he hits, and he comes back. Every day he can plug in, anytime he can plug in, and he can come out. It is only a matter of he has to just lie down, eyes closed. Sitting, no one plugs in. For absolute 4th level of enlightenment. So, Guru. What is Guru? So at the time of the Pandavas, and their Guru of the archery, archery, bull's eye. Archery is all about hitting at bull's eye. Before even gun is invented, A rifle is invented. All that bullseye is archery. Who hits at the center? Archery competition is all about, even today in the Olympics, who hits at the bullseye? And the coaching for all these Pandavas and Kauravas, 100 Kauravas and these 5 Pandavas, 105. The coach is the same. His name is called Dronacharya. Dronacharya. Dronacharya means the one who never misses the target. The name of Drona means a target like an atom. A target like an atom, he can hit it. He can hit it Higgs boson. So not like an Atlas by chance, it found it. A Dronacharya is much more than an Atlas. And he can hit at any point of time. If you want to hit it, Higgs boson, he can hit only Higgs boson at any point of time. That's why he is Acharya, Dronacharya. His name itself includes Dronacharya, Acharya. All these are great masters. Bhishmacharya, Kripacharya, Dronacharya. Acharya means what? A vice chancellor. A chancellor. A chancellor. Acharya Nagarjuna is an Acharya. Means the one who has touched the highest level of skill, not just enlightenment. So Dronacharya is, archery means that's all. Archery, a master of the archery. So the Pandavas, 105 princes, every day morning, they are all young, quantum. Same age group almost, similar age group, all of them. And all of them so go and practice archery under their coach called Dronacharya. So Samarohana program, the graduation program is coming. So graduation program is coming. So Dronacharya is conducting a test. So of the test is Guri. Who can hit the bull's eye? Who can hit the bull's eye? He is conducting. So what he did is, so he took a tall tree, a banyan tree. He chose pupil tree, a pupil tree. Because it is called auspicious tree for meditation. Pupil or banyan, both are auspicious. But banyan trees are especially grown in graveyards. So much more sacred is called pupil tree. So he choose a pupil tree on the top branch of a pupil tree. And he kept the bull's eye, it is eye, he kept a toy parrot on the top branch. So this is so a tree, consider. So this is a tree in my view. So on the top of the tree he kept a branch, a parrot. So parrot, so there is a bird here, said like this, so I'm trying my best. A bird here, he kept it as an eye. I am interested only in the eye. On the top of the tree there is a bird, and it has a bull's eye. You can see with eye. And he called Dronacharya, the teacher called each one of those students. All Kauravas he called, because Kauravas are very powerful, who is ruling the country. And they have so much of, the one who has a less skill, less knowledge, he wants to confront, he is asked for attention. That's why the teacher knows. So that's why all these Kauravas, 100 students over, and there, one of the best among all these 100 students in opposite princes, all these princes, princes, and so all these princes, and so one among them, Karna, he called, so he came. hey Karna. And so he called me, still he is not called Pandava, he called Karna. What do you see, Karna? Each one of them are explaining, so they are coming for the test. And the teacher is asking, what you will see? I see a tree, I see a branch, so many branches, so big is the tree, so big is the tree, and so many branches, and on that lean branch, on the top I see a parrot, I see a parrot, and I see that parrot too small on the top of the tree. Oh, Dronacharya. Oh, very nice song. But go, your test is over. And he called next, what do you see? I see your branches, I see a stick on the, I see a pole on the top of the tree. On the edge of the pole I see a parrot. Oh, very good song. And oh, you said entire tree, large tree, you said only branches, it's okay, better. He called next one. He called next one. Hey, what do you see? What do you see? I see only peak of the tree. I only see the top of the tree. I only see a pole on the peak of the tree. Then there is a parrot. So each one of them explaining. He simply asked the teacher, what is your target? What do you see? And he did not even allow them to hit the teacher. And the moment he asked a question, and he heard the answer, he said, your test is over. And he called another one. What do you see? I see a pole, I see on the peak of the pole a parrot. Okay, you are somewhat better. Okay, sit here. And he called next, another one. What do you see? He called Karna. What do you see? I only see parrot, sir. All that I can see is only parrot, 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 parrot. Oh, you good. You only see a parrot. You won't see any of the tree or its peak, that pole. You're seeing only parrot. Good. Then he called at last. And he called Arjuna, the elite archer among the students. Hey Arjuna, what do you see, my dear? His choice is lost always. The one who always, any teacher, any student. So the student whom the teacher is confident, he will be called last. Because so he wants to motivate all the students, he doesn't want to demotivate all the students, that's why. And he is called as the last student. So Arjuna came. Hey my dear Arjuna, what do you see? I only see bullseye. I only see eye of the parrot. I can't see tree. I can't see peak of the tree. I can't see a pole. I can't see a parrot. All that I can see is only I. All that I can see, only I, only I, only eye, not just I only see retina, retina. All that I see is only a retina, the lens, the lens, the lens. What he said? He is seeing only, not parrot eye, he said. And he said, not parrot eye. He said, first he said pupil. Then he said, all that I can see is only retina now. What is retina? In the black round in the eye, and in the center there is a small dot, a small one. That is your lens. That's called retina. So what did he say? Arjuna said, all that I see is only retina. Not even bullseye. The center of the bullseye. Not the red dot, red round circle, but the center of the round circle is only seen. And Dronacharya, the coach, said, hey, you are Guri, you have a Guri. You have a Guri, you can one day become a Guru.